So it is time to react to your Packers hot takes. Earlier today, I asked you guys to comment down below your hottest Packers takes, and I have not yet read all of them. And so I want to go here and give my reaction and see what you guys are thinking. See if I agree, if I disagree. We'll start off here from God of Thunder 9379. If we enter the playoffs, I really hope we are done and over with losing in the first or second game. Go Pack, go. I agree with that. You know, this team's playing well. It's going to be tough in the playoffs with some of those top-tier teams. But you never know with Jordan Love playing as good as he has. Here we have YouTube Dawn245. We are who we thought we were. We are who we thought we were. I guess it depends on who you are, what you thought of this Packers team. I thought before the season we had potential, all this young talent. And it may have taken some time, and now here we are. So if you thought we'd be this good, then we are who we thought we were. Then we have here from Get the Bag Nelly. Packers will expose the 49ers in the playoffs. That would be a great turn of events considering for years, the Packers, the one team in the playoffs from, Colin Kaepernick back in the days, running all over us. And there's just been tons of bad memories playing the 49ers in years past. And if Jordan Love could break that streak, I think all of us would be very happy, and hopefully that's something that continues going forward. But that is a very good team. It'll be a tough game if we play them. If we happen to make the playoffs and if we happen to play the Niners, that'll be a tough game, but you never know what could happen. Here we have Aaron Johnson, 4770. The Packers' 2023 receiving core is proof we were 1 to 2 developed receivers away from another Super Bowl, if not a dynasty during the Rodgers era. That is a good point, because you do wonder, with the talent the Packers have now with Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, how would Aaron Rodgers have looked in this offense? Last season, I think Rodgers was sort of a mid-tier quarterback when it came to his play, and there's no doubt that having a Jaden Reed would have helped. But I think over the years, maybe not the final years, the Packers had tons of talent. Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, and things went well. Lots of the time with Rodgers, won Super Bowl. Then here we have from Matthew Wom, if that's how you say it, 1359. Aaron Jones comes back for the stretch run and lights it up. That would be greatly needed for this Packers running game that has been somewhat stagnant most of the year. I think that Aaron Jones will come back, maybe not this Monday, but by the next week. And if he can stay healthy, clearly that, increases the upside of this Packers offense. Here we have from Badger Ryan, 1545. Sometimes these names run together and I miss where it's actually supposed to be, but I think I got that. Jordan Love gets a big extension in the offseason and eventually wins multiple MVPs, Super Bowls, and becomes Green Bay's all-time best QB passing star, Favre and Rodgers. Now that is a hot take. It's probably the hottest take we've seen so far. If that happens, my goodness, just imagine, what the quarterback after Love will be like if the Packers hit Favre, Rodgers, Love. Love is starting to look really nice, and if he matches a Super Bowl with Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, then clearly I'd say he's up at that tier once he wins the Super Bowl, and I hope you're right. Very hot take. We have here Bryson K7. Packers make the playoffs and get at least to the NFC Championship game. Could you imagine? If in Jordan Love's first season starting, the Packers make it to the NFC Championship? All of us would obviously be excited, and if that's the starting point for Jordan Love, the Jordan Love era, then the sky's the limit. It's going to be tough to get there, but you never know what could happen. If we get into the playoffs, 6-7 seed, you never know what could happen. Packers are hungry. Here we have Mary Barnes, 8423. The Packer back, they will be in the playoffs. I agree with that take, 100%. I do think we're going to make the playoffs based on our remaining schedule, based on the way we've been playing. Orbman97, trading Rasul was a decent move so far. You're not lying. You're not lying. The fact that the Packers held the Lions in check for the most part, Patrick Mahomes in check for a lot of the day to give the Packers the ability to win that game without Rasul, and we got a third-round pick or whatever in return. I do think so far it is a decent move. I do wonder how this team look like with Rasul right now, but the fact that they're playing just as good without him, I don't think that means that Rasul wasn't good. He clearly was. The Bills wanted him, got him for a price, and it's just, I think, great to see the depth the Packers have at cornerback. That's sort of, I think, with Carrington Valentine especially. And once Jair's back, Jair and Carrington, that could be the Packers' two outside corners for the years to come, unless Eric Stokes can somehow push Carrington Valentine. I'm not sure about that. We'll have to wait and see. Then here we have Glimpse, 5038. Aaron Jones is traded within the next year, and we draft a running back, and we don't re-sign A.J. Dillon. I'm thinking on that one. I don't know if I see Aaron Jones getting traded. I think that if he stays, or regardless, I think we'll have a dead cap hit of $12 million if I'm not mistaken. But the way A.J. Dillon is playing recently, I wouldn't be shocked if they re-signed him on a cheap deal. I thought differently early in the season, but right now he's playing a lot better. But I do think we'll draft a running back, and I just doubt that both Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon are back next year. Paying 2 running backs, I'm not sure about that, so you may be right. Then we got Anthony None Ya Business 6634. I think I finally got that one. If we do make the playoffs, do you think we'd have a chance to win against the Niners? So another Niners topic. Will we have a chance? Yes. I would be worried about the Packers being able to limit the Niners to field goals. We did hold the Chiefs in check, but the Niners, I mean, their running game is so dangerous with Christian McCaffrey that could be really tough. That honestly, if there was one team that I think would give the Packers the most difficulty in the NFL, I do think it would be the 49ers, just because of how good their defense is and how much talent and different ways they can beat you on offense. Joseph Kelly, 9239. Packers went out and knocked out the Lions in the playoffs before losing. I think that could happen. I mean, we already beat the Lions. If we face off against them in round 1, I could totally see it happening. Hopefully we don't lose, though, but I don't think that's a crazy idea. Then we have Ninja Sage, 4554. The Packers make it to the Super Bowl. Hot take? Yep, definitely. We'd have to get past, the Niners, Eagles, or Cowboys, Lions, whoever it is. It'll be tough, but I think if you would have said a month ago the Packers would be here and in the playoff hunt, most of us would have been like, how? Like, how is that possible? Unless everything changes, which it has. Then here we have next, Packers trade away David Jones as well as Jair. I'm just not so sure that David Bakhtiari would have much of a market being traded for because of his contract, unless they switched up his contract. His injury history, not sure. Aaron Jones, maybe. I'm not sure. Jair, I feel like Jair's going to stay, but we'll see. Then we have Ninja Sage, again, says Jordan Love is winning MVP. That'll be tough. I mean, maybe if these final 5 games he puts up crazy numbers and he can somehow get himself in the conversation. Right now, I think he's a little bit away from that, but if he goes on a tear the rest of the season, I don't think it's crazy to think. It's possible. It's possible if he goes on a tear. Then we have Jake of all trades, music. Not sure I believe this myself, but I say the Packers eke out the division title, win a wild card game, then lose in the divisional round. It may be tough to pass the Lions because what are they? Are they 8-4? We're 6-6. I don't know their remaining schedule. But if the Lions fall apart, the Packers keep winning. Could you imagine if we end the season and the Packers win the NFC North? Could you imagine starting with Jordan Love winning the NFC North? That would be great. Then we have Jeff Boy 7595. We win and out, including the Super Bowl. I hope so. It's a hot take for sure. Super Bowl, definitely hot take. I think if weeks ago people would have said Super Bowl, you'd be laughed out of the room. Maybe some people would still laugh you out of the room, but I think it's much more likely based on how the Packers are playing now. And I mean, just considering we beat the Lions and Chiefs, 2 of the top tier teams in the NFL, there's no reason this team can't make a deep playoff run, in my opinion. If we play like we have, I don't see why we couldn't. Then to end it off, we have Rockstar something. Playoffs and Jordan Love is not that guy yet. Okay. I mean, if he plays like he has, he's definitely the guy. I guess maybe you want to see some more consistency, but I understand that. But I think it's definitely progressing the right way. I do think he is the guy. Thank you for all your hot takes. We'll do this again in the future. I appreciate all your guys' comments, and we'll see. Super Bowl? Who knows? Thank you for watching. If you want more Packers content, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.